Hi, guys. Happy Thursday. It's hard to think a week from now it will be Thanksgiving. Hi, Don. My day was okay, pretty good, productive. There's Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. Nice to see you. Don. Hi, Don. Say hi to Scotty. How's everybody in the queue? Things have been pretty nice here. The weather's been really great. It got up to like 82 this afternoon, but it cools down in the upper 40s at night. So it's good sleeping weather. I don't have any heat on at night currently. And the last couple of mornings, um, it's gotten down to about 64 inside. So I turn on the furnace long enough to warm it up a little bit, and then I cut it off after the first cycle. So I'm not using a lot of propane, but just enough to take the chill off of the house when I first get up. So that's been working pretty good. And my propane seems to so far be holding out pretty well. Hello, yellow readers. I think she means yellow rotors. You're my yellow brick roadies. Oh, there's Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Nice to have you. Camping soon. All right. Getting medical appointments done. Yay. I just made a doctor's appointment with my cardiologist, but I couldn't get in till February. Isn't that crazy? And I've been trying for about a month and a half to get an appointment made. So I don't know what their deal is anymore. Hi, Donna. How are ya? Glad to see you here tonight. I was thinking about you today, walking the dogs around in the park. Thinking it'd be great when Ken and Carla and you get down here. I'm looking forward to that. We bought the Lexus and towed the Jeep up to Ursula Acres, 1,000 miles. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's a nice long trip, isn't it? Hi, Donna. You've not heard Carla? Carla's here. They're up here. See you right there. Yellow rotors. Commented on my video and said he'll update soon. I don't think he's had the procedure yet. Yeah, I saw he did put out a video though. Um, but that's all I've heard. That is something. Hi, PJ, how are ya? It's nice to see you on here. I was showing Summer earlier this afternoon. I can't believe. Let me show you guys. As I was driving into Chiefland today, um, I've been seeing some trees that have changed color here. I've seen a couple of really bright, vivid red ones, but of course, I never have my camera ready when I drive past them. But this one I saw going to Chiefland, so let me try to get it up here. There we go. I'm gonna take this comment off. Isn't that pretty? That's Florida. Can you believe it? That's just about unheard of to see pretty trees like that. I saw another one near my daughter's house when I was up there earlier this week. And it was a really vivid red, beautiful, beautiful red. But once again, I was driving and didn't get to take time to get the camera and take a picture. So, doing well. Donna, when is your arrival date? I know she has some doctor's appointments before she comes. So, some of it may depend on that. You know how that goes. Thanks, Jennifer. We do. But it's usually not that pretty. It's usually more of a rusty brown look. So it's been really nice this year to see some actual fall color in Florida after Christmas. Okay. No fall leaves here. We are on the California side of the Colorado River. Yes. Desert greens for sure. Well, it's been a very enjoyable fall for me, just being able to see all the fall colors from New York all the way down now to Florida. It was really a pretty amazing trip. And even in Ohio, before I got to New York, that's where I first started seeing them as they were starting to turn just a little yellow. And then I went on into New York, stayed there for 6 weeks, moved, and then back into Ohio and on down south. And it was just a really gorgeous trip, just beautiful. And I was soaking in all the views that I could. Oh, wow. How nice. In one day. And the aspens, have they turned? That's what I really wanted to see. I know you sent me a picture a couple weeks ago, maybe. So, have they lost their leaves? It was much greener than I'm used to. I was a little shocked. Cool. Maybe the spring bloom this year will be breathtaking out there. So if it is, send me some pictures. That would be beautiful. It's not anything I've really been able to experience out in Arizona. So it would be nice to see some really good desert bloom. Turned in all leafless. Oh, they weren't very exciting this year. Sorry. Wow. That's a shame. That's kind of what the trees in Florida normally do, Cindy. So to see this kind of color in Florida has really been great this year. There's a lot of them that are that rusty brown look. But every now and then you see one that's a little bit more brilliant, and then uh, on rare occasion, a really bright red. So the sweet gums were pretty though. Cool. Hi, Daryl. How are you? Hello, hello. Where's Miss Kimmy? Is she on here too? How are you guys doing? Did you all get a bunch of rain? The deer love the property. I bet. That looks like a really nice park. This one is I came from a state forest campground before I came here, and actually that was a nicer site than this one is. Um I but I will move from here January 1st. When and then I'll be by Ken and Carla. So we'll see. Oh, she is. That's right. She was supposed to go and visit family. That's pretty cool. So how are you surviving bachelorhood? Hmm. Who's cooking for you, Daryl? Thank you. Thank you, Miss Donna. I appreciate that. Thank you. Well, I hope Kim has a good time with her family. Sounded like they were going to have a great Thanksgiving meal. So I'm spending, um, well, I'm going to have 3 Thanksgiving meals this year. So I go to Candace's house the Wednesday, so before Thanksgiving, and then to Stephanie's house for Thanksgiving Day, and then my son will be off on Friday, so I'll spend Friday with him, and we'll probably just go to Cracker Barrel. So I'll get 3 Thanksgiving meals. That'll fill me up on Thanksgiving for a while. Bentley and I are doing great. That's so cool. Will you tell Mr. Bentley hello for me? Haven't seen any on the coast. It's a rarity. That's a good question, Dawn. I'm about 80 miles from the coast. Oh, well, she fixed you right up. Reheat how long with some chicken nuggets? Okay, cool. She's a good wife. Hi, Henry. Hey, Leanne. How are you guys doing? How's those puppies doing? Have they been enjoying the cooler temperatures, running around in the backyard? I bet they're a lot happier with the weather. So it looks like the upper Midwest and Eastern Seaboard are going to be in for a lot of snow this year. So it's a good thing you're going to be coming south and doing some traveling, kind of get out of the snow for a while. Everybody's saying hello. So today I had to go into Chiefland to go to a tire shop. So the night before my travel day, I went into my daughter's and she fixed dinner. And on the way back, which it's about a 25-mile drive from her house to the campground. So about halfway, my tire pressure monitor alarms on the dash and I could see it. And I'm like, oh God, I've just had tire issues. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of dealing with tires. So it was dark. It was already dark. And in small rural area, so I had to try to find a place to pull over. And I finally found a church parking lot where I could pull over and check my tire. And it looked fairly well inflated. And so I thought, okay, I'll be home in about 8 miles. I should make it to the campground without any problems. So I drove on in. The next morning, I get ready and start preparing to hitch up. And I check my tire pressure on that tire, and it was at 50 pounds. So it was definitely low. So I filled it up. And on my tire pressure screen, when you pop it up to look at it, normally you see numbers in all four positions. Well, in the front left position, it just had a dash. There was like nothing. It's not showing anything, and all the others were fine. I could see the readings on the tire pressures. So I aired the tire back up. I started finishing getting ready to hitch. I went and checked the tire one more time, and it said it only had 55 pounds of air in it. So I'm like, oh, crap. So I called a tow truck to come out and put my spare tire on. Thankfully, I only had 100 miles to drive, and my spare tire is a full tire. It's just a little bit, it's not quite as big. The rim is the same size, but the tire is just not as big so that it can fit under the truck. So he came out and put my tire on, and I drove down here. And then today, I finally was in a place where I could go and take the tire in and have them look at it. And they checked the tire out, and then first of all, when he first got it back there, he checked the tire pressure, and it said 60 pounds. So I don't know. Because I had both a manual tire pressure gauge and then my air pump that was reading lower than that. So I don't understand why it was up to 60. But nonetheless, he said he put the tire in the bath that they use. Couldn't find any leaks. There was a lot of gravel in the tire, which it was the gravel roads in the campground. And so he picked all the gravel out and looked at everything, and the tire looked fine. So he came out and let me know, and he's going to put that tire back on there. And I said, well, can you just make sure and double check that it's going to be okay? Because I don't want to have a flat tire in the campground. So he went back out and he took his little diagnostic little monitor, and it actually showed that the battery on the tire pressure monitor for that tire was dead. So that was the whole problem to begin with. It wasn't the tire at all. It was the battery on the tire pressure monitor system. Because he said, once he turned the car back on, it had showed service, the TPMS. So anyway, I got that changed. My tire is still good. It's back on the truck, and we're doing fine now. So it was an interesting day, but it's nice to know I had great service and good people right there. They were really very nice, very helpful. So anyway, that's my story of what I did today. Oh, you grew up there? That's pretty cool. East Texas, I just love Texas. Let me just say that. We don't talk about the S word. The S word? Doing well. Yes, the dogs are enjoying being dogs and mole hunters. Oh my gosh. Moles are such a big thing back there, aren't they? That's the S word. That's a 4-letter word this summer. I'm sure. I'm sure it is. Wow, but the desert took it well. It's supposed to start raining again tomorrow for 2 days. Don and Scotty keep sending it our way. Oh gosh. Well, as long as you don't get, flooded out, you'll be fine. Spaghetti. Well, that is an S word. Yeah, here it was W. Oh, sorry for that word right there. Rained there yesterday, but sunny today. That's nice. I haven't had any rain yet since I've been here. Uh, I had one day of light rain when I was at my first Florida site in the state forest, but didn't even really last. What I've got raining here, I have an oak tree that part of the branches kind of hang over, and they're dropping acorns, and it's like little grenades. And I'm surprised you haven't heard any since I've been on because they fall frequently, and some of them are really loud. Um, and you don't hear anything for a while, and you forget about it, and then one will just like drop like a bomb. um, and last night I was sitting here on the couch with the dogs watching TV, and one did that, and I jumped and I kind of scared Ziggy. So and by saying their hellos. Hi, Henry and Company. I can't wait for y'all to get down here. Yeah, so much damage. Exactly. So I'm kind of over the whole tire thing. So I'm glad not to have to really travel for a while. Um, I do have to go into Chiefland and go to the grocery store. I've got to get some things. I got to figure out what to fix. My sister-in-law is coming Saturday, and she'll be here Saturday and Sunday with me. And then she's flying back to Missouri. So it'll be really nice to see her. Um, Gosh, I didn't get to see her last year. So it's been a couple of years since I've seen her. So, and she's one of my favorite sister-in-laws. So it's nice that she's coming. Um, she'll get down here in some warm weather and get away. She's a workaholic, that girl is. She is constantly, sorry, constantly doing. I ate dinner at about 4:30 because if I wait until after the live stream, it's a little bit late, really, for me to, eat and then go to bed on a full stomach. It's not a good thing. So sorry if I'm yawning. But anyway, so, um, and then the next thing I got to do is, oh, and there was an animal hospital right next to this tire place that I went to. So I'm going to call them. I got to get the dogs established with a vet. Um, and so we'll see. Because I'm actually, once I leave here in March, I'm looking at maybe a 3 month or so stay over in Chiefland at an RV resort over there. So, and I've got to go over there and look at that. I need to go to Walmart and buy some food. So I've got some traveling back and forth to do. So yeah. Anyway, and I got a couple more doctor's appointments to make. Have to do the obligatory yearly colonoscopy. So I got to figure out how that's going to work with me being here near Chiefland and my doctor being in Jacksonville. And once they do that, they won't let me, drive myself. I have to have somebody come and pick me up because of course they give you anesthesia for that. Used to be they didn't give you anesthesia for a colonoscopy. You were awake. So it's kind of crazy that they do. It's a nice thing because you don't have to be awake for it, but um, you have to stay an hour or two afterwards just to recover from the anesthesia. So I have to have somebody who can, during the week when everybody works, be able to pick me up. So not a lot of fun. I think um I don't know if I'll have to do it yearly after this one or not. I might be able to go like every 5 years. I don't know. We'll see what they say. Oh, and I guess I should make an appointment with my oncologist too to follow up with her one more time. So, and then that'll be about it. But hopefully by the time March rolls around, I'll be all done. And I won't have to worry about it for another year. So, how's everybody else doing that's traveling with their doctor visits? Are you guys able to get in to see your doctors? Daryl, when do you have to go back and see your doctor? I hope you're following up. Don't take something like that lightly, bud. Make sure and get some follow-up care. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't take as much sometimes to recover from it. If it's not horrible. You haven't been there. 2032. Wow. 2032. Thank you. Well, see, I never even knew. Um, I had never even thought about it before, honestly. I just thought it was electronically tied into the system. I didn't know it depended on batteries. So I know now. Oh my gosh. But not all day. That's pretty low. Although it got down to 28 degrees for 2 mornings here about a week week or a week and a half ago, when we had that cold snap. It got down to 28 in Florida. I will have you know. The deers and squirrels are happy. Yeah, there's lots of squirrels in this park. A lot of squirrels. Okay, so let me show you my site. It's nice. It's okay. It's oh, that's not what I need to do. Okay, so this is my site. I'm kind of the that's the restrooms behind my site. I don't know if you can really clearly see the picnic table, and then that silver thing to the left of it is the fire ring that looks like it's never been used. But as you can see, it's Florida, and there's a lot of some of that is gravel over as far as the picnic table, and then it's all sandy. So, it's in the state forest, I had a nice concrete pad. So, but the table's nice. It's in good shape. Um, it's full hookups. So that's always a nice thing to have full hookups, especially when you're going to be somewhere for as long as I am. So, um, it's really a nice benefit. Okay, let's see. This is why we won't get another. What I miss? I got to go back up here. I missed some stuff. We aren't doing holidays, but daughter is bringing grandkids over a New Year. Okay, that should be fun. There, yeah. Get some sparklers going. Do you have the screw-ons? No. No, it's somehow all tied into the truck. Um, so it's not, I don't have a cap that's the monitor itself. No. To the flea market in Chief Flynn yet. No, I haven't. But I will. I haven't been here long enough to really be settled down to go. So that's so crazy that you know about it. But I did actually start looking at the people that you were talking about that have the channel that showed that. I wonder about it. For the truck, I think mine's been pretty reliable, quite honestly. And when the batteries are working, it'll let me know when I've got a tire going low. So, and then of course, then that day that the tread came off of my tire, it just kind of went berserk all at once because the tread came off all at once. So that wasn't anything I could really plan for. Although, but that tire never lost pressure. So I think that's a lot of it. However, I could feel in that particular instance, I could feel that something wasn't right. So I had already started slowing down. Um, it just felt like something was rumbling and I couldn't figure out. So I was trying to slow down and listen to the sound and try to figure out what was going on. And then all of a sudden, boom, it was just off. So, yeah, I think my TPMS works pretty good for the truck. I did not have good luck with the one for the trailer. So I really haven't been using it. I look at my tires and check my pressures before I take off every single time. And I look at my tires constantly. And you know me, about every hour and a half, I have to stop to go to the bathroom anyway. So I always walk around the truck and the trailer and look at all my tires every single time just to make sure that I'm not missing something. Cereal cups. Oh, cool. I am too good, Mr. Kid. Sometimes a bowl of cereal for dinner is just all that you can manage. It's just like I'm too tired to cook. I don't feel like going out. I'll just have a bowl of cereal. I've had days like that. Unfortunately, right now, the only cereal that I have in the house is cereal that I have to cook. So, um, it kind of takes some of the temptation away. Seems a couple of skin tags have become an issue. Just praying it's not cancer. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, um I've just I think I'm getting all my ducks in a row. Yeah, LOL. You're so good again. Might maybe. I don't know that I want to though. That's the only thing about that. But it's a thought, PJ. Thank you. Something to think about for sure. If they could use lidocaine jelly just to kind of numb the area a little bit, it might not be so bad. I looked at, I guess I need to get another one. For the trailer or the truck, Jennifer, which one? um, mine, mine just is part of the equipment of the truck. So it was really nice. And it takes some of the worry away for me, except for when it doesn't work. This is why we won't get another dog. Yeah. All the stuff you have to do. Yeah, it's never fun. Okay, good. I'm glad you're following up with that. So, are you going to have it done there in Arizona? And then they'll just send the report to your doctor, I guess. That's the easiest way to get it done. Change their laws, and now I can't get my driver's license for why? Why won't they renew your license? We may look at Texas. Interesting. Or you could look at Florida. Wanted to back. They wanted me back, but I said no, and we did the Washington thing. We may do our address here in Arizona next year. Cool. So I guess I missed something. I know that they was talking about it. Is it because of an issue of residence? Or they I know that that maybe had some voting issues, but I guess I lost track of all of the news about that. If you wanted a CDL, California gives them away. In Cracker Barrel, in Cracker Jack boxes. There you go. Oh, we are stuck with 30 amp. What? What? Stuck with 30 amp. Best I've done, I've seen. Last year's trip to Florida, coming home with snow. Yes, that's true. That was crazy, wasn't it? Kind of a very rare thing, but it can snow in Florida. More expensive than Texas. Um, so yeah, because does Arizona have state tax? That state income tax? We used to have that in Missouri, so I was really glad when we got to Florida and didn't have to pay a state income tax every year. It helps a lot. So we may look into it. Okay. Fully registered in Arizona now. TPMS for the camper. Gotcha. We had to put all 4 new sensors in our tires. They were all dead. So, yeah, I'm gonna go back before I leave here. I'll go back and have them change the other 3. I didn't have the time for them to finish and do it today. But yeah, I just want to get it done and know that they're new. So, wasn't laughing at your dog comment. I know how you feel, and I'm the same way. Exactly. I think any of us with animals feel that way. Apparently, South Dakota changed laws so that all RVers can no longer use the PMB box as a residence. It becomes an issue in a few things. Got you. Well, that's really sad. So, that's really sad to hear. Um, I guess it's much easier for me because, I just use my daughter's address now. Because I'm there part of the time, and it just makes things easier. So I have a permanent mailing address, because that, once I'm off the road, that's where I'll be at. came with ones for the trailer too. Nice. That's very nice. But you got the deluxe package there, didn't you? Does Florida have personal property tax? Um, they do currently, but DeSantis is trying to get it abolished, which, kind of after paying property tax on my house for almost 30 years, now they're going to get rid of it. It kind of irked me a little bit, but for those that still have to pay property tax every year, it's a good thing. So January 1st, I'm no longer like you like you have anyway. So I don't think that's really an issue for you. All you need is an ID. I mean, how long has it been since you've driven a vehicle? Yes, exactly. So I kind of hate to think about being on a last term as governor. It's really sad because DeSantis has been incredible for the state of Florida. So we'll see. Maybe that cream will rise more to the top. Who knows? We'll see. So anyway, so what else can we talk about? Food. So everybody want to talk about food now? We got 15 minutes left. So tonight I had a frozen dinner. I have had for the last 3 days. Um, because I was going to be traveling I don't like to have to cook on those days. So I found some. I was at a Winn-Dixie store and I found some of my favorite frozen dinners, which is from Boston Market. And so I got 3 of them and I had my last one tonight. So now I got to go get some other food. So that's what I had. I had sweet and sour chicken with fried rice. Can't even get idea, and it's not that. It's if something happens to I need that driver's license. Yes, it would be nice for you to have a driver's license. There, hi there, Scotty, who's doing the spatchcock turkey. Well, probably not at my house because my youngest daughter is making her second turkey ever. So I'm not going to stress her out with that because she's um, really just getting her feet into the world of cooking. So I don't want to stress her out with a spatchcock turkey. So that won't be me. How about you? Are you doing that? Okay. Well, you have fun with that, Kevin. Oh, black bear dinner or Popeyes, Cajun turkey. I really still want to go to a black bear restaurant. I have never had the real opportunity to stop and do that. But the next time I see one, I would love to go. Or Kentucky deep fried turkey. There you go. That's just, I don't know. That's an awful lot of hot grease. I'd hate to think about accidentally accidentally tipping that kettle over while it's still hot. It just kind of scares me. He is cute. Smoking a turkey breast. Good job, Henry. Henry's pretty good on that grill. Pretty darn good. Taking a break from the holidays, cooking for the village. Yes. Yes. Well, good for you. Taking a break is always a good thing. You need to rest every now and then. And then, for Christmas, it'll be the same thing on because I've got, kids in different locations now that I no longer have them in my house. So, it's like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and the day after Christmas. So once again, anyway, it'll work. I used to have to do that when my kids were little, to go see because my parents were divorced. So we would see my dad, and then we would see my mom, and then we would see my husband's family. So, it's trying to get all the family members in there. It's always a challenge. Now on a very restricted diet due to his gout and his weight. Yeah. Well, there you go. Campground. Oh, that's nice. Well, now, see, that's great. You won't have to worry about cooking a thing. Going to the YMCA. To the YMCA. All right. That's sad, but yeah, gout. Sorry. Gout does make for a very restrictive diet. Cherries, lots of cherries. Ken is making a pineapple pie at Hard Spring. Ooh, that sounds good. Well, Ross, this shows you only have to stay one night in South Dakota, but I didn't plan to go back to South Dakota. Wow. When we get there. Well, yeah. I didn't expect you to do it before then. We'll have some kind of a together meal for Christmas, around the holiday at least. Yes, YMCA. I love that song. But when I go to renew my license, they have different rules now. Yep, it's a sad, sad thing. They'll probably have to leave that website like it is until the change occurs. You'd think they'd at least on the website give a warning, though, that it will be changing. So give people, time to get their ducks in a row. Well, thank you, Scotty. You too. Well, that's kind of hard to do. That's a lot of people to try to keep track of who should be grandfathered and who doesn't get grandfathered. I can see the nightmare in that. So, um, I think our viewers have had it pretty easy up until this point. I hope and pray that Florida never does anything like that. Of course, that it's not something that I have to really worry about, but a lot of people do. So yeah. Um, what about in Texas, um, Jennifer? Have they mentioned any changes there? It's sad to think about, but anyway. Not a lot we can do about the rules that they make changes to. And then still though. Yeah, it's what, only been a couple of years or so? No changes. Okay, that's good to hear. So maybe Texas is an option. Maybe you could find a place down there near Jennifer. You never know. Sell your property in Deming and buy a lot someplace else. We do have escapees. Well, see, there you go. So that might help. Rusty has some. There you go. What about Wyoming or Montana? I don't know what the rules are about that as far as residency. Does anybody else know? Daryl, have you heard anything about what their rules or requirements are for residency in those states? I imagine there's a lot of full-timers that, may be dealing with these issues because there's a lot of people that have used South Dakota. And maybe that's part of their reasoning that, people who don't actually live in the state are, you know, are voting, um, or getting their driver's license. I don't. I'm sure the voting probably has a big um, motive to why they're doing that. I mean, Livingston, Texas, yes. Do not have things in place for RVers. Full time. Got it. That's true. They think if we're out here just, staying on BLM land, we're only trying to live off the land and not pay taxes and that sort of thing. But that's really not true either. I mean, I file my taxes every year, and there were a couple of years where I had to pay in. Uh, Thankfully, I won't have to do that anymore. But yeah, because I don't own property, and uh, so all I get is like Social Security and pension, and I pay in to pay into my taxes throughout the year. So I I probably will get a return this year, which would be nice. I'll take it somewhere with a physical address. Yes. Get a Tesla tiny home. I know, wouldn't that be fun? I've actually kind of given that a thought or two. Voting is big now. It's very big. Not any new residents anymore, especially from California. Well, Florida's not taking any from New York. Unfortunately, I don't think that's true. I'm sure that people are fleeing New York and coming to a lot of different states. I can't blame them for sure. That's awesome. I wish Texas would do that. Yeah. Oh, did you hear that? Acorns falling. Did you hear it? I actually do that yet. It's a different company advertising. That's good to know. They did one. They did one house. Would be cheaper than anything named Tesla. Oh, we'll see. Like little, yes, like little elves dancing on the roof. It's happened so frequently that the dogs aren't freaking out about it. So what does that tell you? Yeah, you can hear it right over my slide. So it's kind of crazy. So anyway. All right, guys. I think I'm about done. Unless y'all got anything else you want to say. I think I'm about all talked out. Nope, that's it. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to sit back and finish my coffee and then go get ready for bed. You too, Jennifer. Have a good night. See you all next week. Well, if it gave you a residence. Good night, everybody. Ken and Carla, I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Yay, I can't wait. All right, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Turkey Day to all. All right, guys. See you next week. Have fun. Enjoy your holiday.